Good afternoon, everyone, and happy Monday. Today is July 19th, 2021. Oh, wow. The year has just gone by real fast, and I haven't been live. When I looked at my calendar in over 3 weeks, I just have been busy with weddings that I'm planning and also busy traveling. So, in the last 3 weeks, I was in Jamaica. So, I was at Sandals, South Coast. And they brought agents in just to talk about their wedding planning so we can understand how to plan weddings at Sandals. And I was just in St. Lucia, in one of the villas there, just staying there for a couple of days. So sorry that I haven't been here in a while, but I am here. And today's topic is getting married or having your destination wedding at a Sandals resort. And why Sandals? First of all, I like Sandals because I had my wedding there and I thought that was one of the best days of my life and still is the best day of my life. And I just enjoy spreading the word and just talking about destination wedding. And if Sandals is not your choice, that is fine. But I hope I can share with you some information on just what to think about once you start planning your wedding at a resort. And as this is most likely, I'm just going to cover Sandals because that is the topic for today. But I can cover other resorts also, Moon Palace in Jamaica. And also, I'm just going to stick to Jamaica for one, for this live, it's just going to be Jamaica. And you notice I'm wearing all my Jamaican gear because I am Jamaican through and through by heart. So that is my passion, is just going to Jamaica as many times as I can. So, welcome. I didn't even say it. I introduced myself. I'm Sandra Morris, and I am the admin for I Do in the Caribbean Facebook group, in which I invite couples to join the group who are looking to have a destination wedding in the Caribbean or Mexico. And I try to give you knowledge, tips, things that can help you plan your wedding. And if you really are looking for someone to actually help you do that, I also am a destination wedding planner. So I do help couples plan their weddings. And there are a bunch of couples in this group that I'm planning their weddings. But, apart from just planning other people's wedding, I like to give information so people can actually do it themselves if they want to. Or if they want to do it and they just have questions, they can ask me questions also. So as I said, I was in Sandals South Coast about 2 weeks ago. And today we're going to talk about just getting married at Sandals. And, Sandals always talk about a free wedding. Like, what is a free wedding? And for Sandals, a free wedding is if you book 3 nights or more, you can have a legal wedding at Sandals, absolutely free. Of course, it's going to be basic stuff. But as I said, it has to be a legal wedding. You can't have gotten married in the U.S. first before you go to Sandals to have the free wedding. You have to have that legal ceremony at Sandals to have that free wedding. They do have vow renewals, which is just a little bit different, but it's the same process, except it's not considered a free wedding. And you pay, I think initially you pay either $500 or $600. I'm not 100% sure to have a vow renewal. And if you book over 5 rooms, they give that money back to you towards your wedding. So it can become free, but you have to book 5 rooms in order to have that free wedding. But for a free legal wedding, you just need to book 3 nights in any room category at any Sandals resort, and you can have a free wedding. So, but first, I'd like to talk about just what the requirements are to have a legal wedding in Jamaica. And the requirements are that you have to have a proof of citizenship. So you have to have the original copy of your birth certificate. If you were divorced, you need a copy of your divorce decree. If you were widowed, a copy of the death certificate. And the process is about 4,000 Jamaican dollars, which is about $40 US. There might be other administrative fee, but those are the things you need. You need to send these documents in about 3 to 6 months before your wedding, so the wedding planning group can begin processing the information so you can have your wedding. And within Jamaica, there's no specified time frame when you need to be there. You can get married in as little as 24 hours upon arrival. So that's a good thing about Jamaica. There's no waiting period. You don't have to be there 2 to 3 days before your wedding. Once if you land today, you can actually get married the next day. Once all your documentation and paperwork has been processed, you can get married. So I am going to actually switch my screen and I am going to get onto the Sandals website. And this is what the Sandals website would look like. And I think this is the best way to try to tell you about the Sandals wedding process, is just to show you the website. So on their website, you're going to see, get inspired. And it's just going to show you just different things to inspire you to have your wedding. Like, what do you want your wedding to look like? So this is inspired by nature. So that's what it would look like. And then these are things you can do to customize your wedding, menu option, entertainment, decor, hair and makeup, what your guests can do, when you get their photo and video. So that's just the initial part. So, there's inspiration for reception, depending on what you want to do. So you can see the different, I wouldn't say they're not wedding packages, they're decor packages. So all depends on the look and feel you're looking for. You can create it at Sandals. And the reason why I stress customizable wedding, if you see up top, it says customizable, because no two weddings will look alike. It's up to the couple to decide what they want to spend, how they want it to look. They can mix and match anything they want. Everything is just really open to you. So it depends on, you could like this look, but you don't want the brown, you want orange. So it's really up to you, the kind of look that you're looking for. That's how you make your wedding personable and to you. But for a free wedding, you can get married and not have to pay for all these things to have a real good experience. So what I'm just trying to walk you through is just, these are things you can add on, but you don't really have to add any of these things on to have a great destination wedding. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is different locations that you can think of to get married and where those locations could be. So I was in Sandals South Coast, and Sandals South Coast have a over the water wedding chapel, and that's different pictures of just what it looks like decorated. So it doesn't look like this. This is what a couple paid to get it decorated, because this is their vision and this is what they want. So it's really up to you how you want it to look and how much money you want to spend to have a decor on it. So that's what it is. So if you want to think about an over the water chapel, they're available at Sandals South Coast in Jamaica, Sandals Ochi, which is also in Jamaica, Sandals Grand St. Lucia, and Sandals Montego Bay. So there's like 4 different places you can choose to have your wedding, depending on the location you're looking for, that have over the water chapel. This also comes at additional cost, which is around, I think I'm going to say $700. Don't, hold me to that, but it's around $700. And most people like to get married at twilight. And because twilight is the most sought after time, right before the sun setting, there is an additional fee of either $300 or $400. I'm not 100% sure, but it costs to get that time. So those are the things you have to pay for. You have to pay for this location because this is unique, and they're only so many. There's only one on property, and everybody wants it. So there's a premium to get the over the water chapel if you want that. And if you want a specific time that, like 5:30 hour, depending on when the time is, when the sun is setting, you got to pay additional if you want to get married then. You can get married at 4 o'clock. All of the times are free and open. It's just those times that are sought after because people want those perfect pictures. You might have to pay a little bit extra in order to get that. So the next one is over the water gazebos, and they're located in Sandals Grand St. Lucia, Royal Caribbean, which is in Jamaica also, and Royal Bahamian. I've seen this one, this specific one I had a video of, and I posted it in my group, and it's the one at Sandals Grand. And I just think it's perfect if you have a small wedding party, about 20 people, to have it. And this gazebo is actually over the water, so you're away from the crowd. So this to me would be like a perfect intimate setting for you to have your wedding. And also this will come as an additional cost. These are prime location. The Sky Terrace in Barbados. It's the only one they have. It's in Barbados. And of course, if you want this look, it's going to come, this location will come at additional cost. So these are things you're going to discuss with the wedding planner when you start figuring out where you're going to have your wedding, and where you like it. So I'm just telling you this. So when you're planning your wedding, some people say, I don't know how much it's going to cost. This tool that Sandals have can help you pin down how much you need to what it's going to cost you to have your wedding. And that's why I wanted to introduce you to this tool that's on their website that you can actually go through it. You can create an account and put things in your cart and get an idea of what it would cost. So that's one. So Sandals Montego Bay also have a chapel. So if you have to get married in a chapel, you know, for whatever reason, they do have a chapel on property that you can actually get married to. And there's also additional cost for that. These are other locations that are open to everyone. There is no additional cost. This is an oceanfront gazebo, and there's one available at almost every single Sandals. Beachfront wedding. So there's Sandals sits on the best beach out there. So if you're looking to have a beachfront ceremony, the location, of course, is included, but that decor, you would have to pay a little bit extra to get that decor. And this is what they can do on the beach. Actually saw this one when I was in Sandals South Coast, exactly like this. This is just so beautiful. It just makes you feel like you're on the beach with that sort of decor that's on there. So you can have, you know, things on the chairs. You name it, you can have it depending on what you're looking for. So you go back. So this is the garden gazebo. So if someone just doesn't want to be on the beach and they want a lush surrounded with views of the ocean, this one is also at Sandals Halcyon Beach, which is also in St. Lucia. So this is a beautiful gazebo, you know, that if you just want to be around lush garden, that you can do. There's also location that's garden, so you're not in the direct sun, that you can have your wedding. So there's multiple locations you can choose. This place is actually in, I'm going to say it's in, South Coast. This is where I was. So if you really want a garden setting with trees, and this really looks really nice with light, because these trees have lights in them. So if you add lights to the tree at night, this just looks beautiful. And it's almost like a semicircle. So the bride would be here and all the guests would be around there. You're in a garden setting and you're away from the resort. So this I thought would be a beautiful setting. This one is also in Halcyon Beach. So this is, if you're looking for like a European style garden, these are also available here at Sandals Emerald Bay, Sandals Olchi, and Sandals Antigua. So if you're looking for this type of look, this is where you would find these type of settings in these locations. So they are beautiful depending on what you're looking for. Not everyone wants to get married on the beach. So that's, what you can do. And then if you go further down, you can pick on any one of these Sandals resort and it will tell you the different wedding locations, a picture of them. So you don't have to guess, is this one going to be good for me? Is this one not going to be good for me? Because really you can hone in on each location. And I just look at this one, Sandals Royal Caribbean. They have the over the water bungalow. So, and so does Sandals South Coast. So it's just nice to know that if I'm looking to get married at Sandals Royal Caribbean, they also have the over the water bungalow. So I can have my honeymoon right there on the water as well as get married. So these are just such great choices. So that's the one thing. So that's the location. And obviously Sandals is located in Jamaica, St. Lucia. They have 3 properties in St. Lucia. Bahamas, they have Emerald Bay and Grand Bahamas. Antigua, they have 1 property there. Grenada, they have 1 property there. And Barbados, they have 2 properties. And they're going to be opening Sandals Curacao in, I think, end of this year. So that will be another location for you to choose from. So those are resort locations, and just looking to see if, before you even make a decision, would this be the best place for me to have my destination wedding? So next thing is inclusion. If I want, now I've chosen Sandals as my place to have my wedding, what's included? So if you stay 3 nights or longer, this is where I said you can get that free wedding. Every Sandals wedding includes all these items that I'm going to discuss. So you're going to get a personal wedding planning team. So this team's going to work from you from the day you say you pick the resort and pick your date. You're going to have a personalized person working with you to help you through the details of planning your wedding. So with Sandals, they have the pre-wedding planners that you get, and you meet with them and you talk about the details of your wedding. And then you have the planners that are on property that's going to execute your wedding. Whatever you picked for your wedding, they're going to execute that for you. So they're going to help you with that. They can also prepare all your wedding documents. So whatever you need to prepare, all the things, they're going to tell you what you need to prepare, what the cost is going to be. They're going to help you pick a location. So depending on, if you want to pay for a location and you want a free location, they'll tell you what's available and you can pick and secure the location you want to have your wedding. The next thing, this is what's going to be included. This is what the free wedding looks like. It's white linen, white tablecloth, and they give you a centerpiece. So this is free. So this is what I'm saying. It doesn't really cost you anything. And that looks, to me, very pretty. If you look at this, it looks very pretty. And then if you're not going to have any entertainment, they'll have pre-recorded music for your ceremony. And then you get a 1-hour cocktail. They have a signature drink for the bride and groom. They get 15% discount on the Red Lane Spa. They also will create for you a free Sandals wedding and honeymoon registry. So if somebody want to gift you any kind of gift, either gift towards a wedding or gift towards any special treatment, spa, candlelight dinner, people, when you create this website through Sandals, people can actually gift you through your gift registry. So you can add stuff in your gift registry, if stuff that you want for your wedding. You get a free 5x7 wedding photograph. And you get a romantic turn down on the first night of your honeymoon. So they'll have like champagne and flower petals on your bed. You get a honeymoon mimosa breakfast in bed. And then you get a honeymoon dinner. So for a free wedding, this is all the stuff you're going to get. You're going to have your wedding. So definitely. And with the free wedding, it doesn't matter how many people you bring. They'll put out all the chairs. It's not going to cost you per person all the chairs, so all your guests can actually, that are staying on property now. If they're not staying on property, there will be additional fee. But if they are on Sandals property and you're having a wedding, they're all going to be included, and they're going to have chairs and everything for them. So as I said, for the free wedding, these are the things you're going to get. We say 3 nights or longer. So you're going to get a location, you get a bouquet. I wouldn't call it a bouquet, it's 3 long stem. These are the flowers. I don't even see it. I would opt to get actually a bouquet, because a bouquet they give you is not, to me, meaty enough. But that's up to you. You pay extra for that. If not, you bring your own bouquet. You get a 2-tier fondant cake, table setting on white linens, as I mentioned before, and a decorative centerpieces. So this is the flowers you're going to get here, and this is the boutonniere. So if this is not to your liking, this is where I would say I would make an adjustment and get something that I like, pay extra for getting a nice bouquet and a boutonniere that matches. So these are the only things that I personally would change, because I don't like this as a bouquet. But, for a free wedding, these are the stuff that you're going to get. So I just clicked on that. Let me go back. So here's telling you, if you stay 7 nights or longer. Now, 3 nights give you a free wedding. 7 nights or longer gives you extra perk. What are those extra perks? So you get up to $1,500 in premium perks. So you can get $500 towards license and administrative fee. So there is a fee to get all the license and an admin fee that's required for you to have a legal ceremony in Jamaica. You get $500 towards room upgrade. You get $200 towards a photography credit on selected package. You get $200 anniversary credit or video credit on selected package, and you get $100 towards scuba, if you want a cabana or candlelight dinner. So if you say 7 nights or night or longer, you're getting these additional perks for a wedding. And then down here is where it becomes even sweeter. Like the more people you bring to your wedding, the more perks you get. And these are where you're talking about perks now. So you bring in, so if you book 5 to 7 rooms, you choose one of these items here. Hitch switch name change service. So if you get married and to change your name, they offer this service for you for free. You can choose that one. You can choose a sweetheart table. So you get a decorated table for you and your spouse to have for your wedding. So that's a choice. If you bring 5 to 7 people, you get that. You can choose that as a free item. Tiki torches or sangria bar. So you get, if you have 5 to 7 rooms, you get to pick one of these things that can be added at no additional cost to your wedding. If you have 8 to 10 rooms, you choose 2 items. So the more rooms you get, the more things you get for free that can be added. 12 to 14 rooms, you get to pick 2 items, but you have more things to choose from. So you can have a welcome cocktail party for free if you have 12 to 14 rooms. You can also pick rum and game night, meaning that this is something you can do as a group and it doesn't cost you more for them to have rum and games, table games for you and your guests to play, to do, or having a private space. There's a spiked tea party, which is almost like, to me, like a spiked tea, or like a bridal shower. Like you can almost, get the girls together and have a spiked tea and, do tea and do finger sandwiches. So that's something that can be added for free if you book enough rooms. So 15 to 19 rooms, you get to pick 3 of these things. So the more rooms you have booked, the more free items that keep getting added to your Sandals, to your wedding. So 28 rooms now. You get to pick 3 things, and then one of those things are wedding lobster dinner, or choose from other menus. So you can almost upgrade your menu now when you have 20 to 28 rooms. Or you get $1,000 credit towards a catamaran cruise. A catamaran cruise for about 40 people, I'm going to say, is about $2,900. So if you want to, say thank you to your guests and do a catamaran cruise at the end of your wedding as a thank you, then you can get up to $1,000 off that, which is a good thank you gift. I did a catamaran cruise when I had my wedding, and my wedding was 100 people. So I did it for those people as my way of saying thank you for coming all this way to come to my wedding. So I said, the more rooms you book, the more perks you get. You get to choose 4 items from here. You go 36 to 49 rooms, you get to choose 5 items, include bonfire, Kiss Me at Twilight package, which is the one that you have to pay extra for, and 6-night upgrade to a Lover's Nest butler suite. So if you get 36 to 49 rooms, you can get upgraded to a butler suite room, which is a big saving. So these are just things that, you need to kind of understand when you're planning a Sandals wedding, that how all these perks work, and if it could be beneficial for you to do a wedding at Sandals. So we started with the free wedding that included all these things. And if you did 7 nights or more, these are things you got. And then if you bring more people, this is also additional things that you can get. Also, there's free rooms for group. So I'm going to go into the details here. View details. So book 10 rooms or more and then get an additional 9% off. But as I'm going to say, these are for contracted group rates. And for Sandals, contracted groups are a little bit different, only because if you book a block of rooms, say 10 rooms for your guests, and if the room cost is, say, $20,000 for the 10 rooms that you book for the whatever amount of nights, the couple have to put down 20%. So for 10 rooms, you probably have to put on $2,000 or more for those rooms, because they have to pay additional amount of money to hold those rooms under a group contract. But under a group contract, you get to have discount on the rooms, because Sandals rooms, for once, are not discounted. Everywhere you look, if you're booking a Sandals room, almost the prices are all consistent everywhere you go. They don't really do 20% off unless Sandals having their own internal sale. But most of the room costs are the same. So this is a good way to book your rooms and do get a better discount on the rooms by having a group contract. Only that you have to pay a certain percentage of the room cost up front in order to have a group contract. The other thing you can have is a group code, in which is you're not obligated to hold, you're not holding any rooms, but you don't have any liabilities if people don't book rooms. But when the guests book the room using the group code, that's the code that's gonna bring all the rooms together. Whatever price it is, the day they book, that's what it is. There is no discount. It's whenever they book their rooms, whatever the price comes on the system, that's what they pay. So there's no guaranteed price on the room when you use a group code. So the difference between a contracted group is that the price is set and fixed, but the couple got to put on a deposit for the room. And for a group code, you just get a code, and this code is add to each reservation. So you'll get a group of 10. You have a group code, so they know that there's 10 people in that group. So that's what a group code does. And with the group code, you can still get benefits Like for this one, for the 6th room or the 12th room free, depending on when you're booking your room and the location. So say 2021, if you're looking to get married between September 1st and December 20th, it's telling you that book 5 rooms and get the 6th room free. If it's January to August, because those are the times when people are traveling the most, you book 11 room, you get 12 free. So when you think about it, if you're planning your wedding, you want to do sandals, you want to get the biggest bang for your buck, what would I do? I would probably pick a September to December time period, because I'm getting more rooms free, because I book less room and I get the 6. I book 5 room, I get 6 free. In January to August, I book 11 rooms and I get 1 free. So these are things that you think about when you're really choosing your date for your wedding. And and then the price for the rooms tend to be cheaper because they're low season. So sandals can be expensive, and I'm not gonna lie, the rooms are expensive. They're multiple room category, but if you plan and think about the different things you can do to make it more reasonable for you and your guests, you can have a wedding there that doesn't break the bank. So that's just one thing I wanted to bring out, that there's so many things to look at when you're planning a wedding. It's just so much. So let's go to your guests. So they're just saying the bigger the party, the greater the perks. As I said, the more people you bring, the more perks you can get towards your wedding. And reason why I would say, the best, it's a perfect vacation for your guests. So even though you're getting married, the guests are going to just experience a beautiful resort. And these are some of the reasons why you can pick a Sandals resort and your guests are going to love it. It also sits on Caribbean's best beaches, meaning that Sandals Resort are always on the best beaches on that island. You get 5-star dining options. There is so many, up to 16 restaurants on a property. So you can be at Sandals for 5 nights and never eat at the same place twice. So it's really up to you. They just have very good dining options for you. You have unlimited premium spirits. You have unlimited wine. If you're PADI certified, diving is included with no additional fee. Unlimited water sports, unlimited land activity, unlimited green fees. They have some of the best pools on island. Very romantic, I would say. Sandals Resort is really made for 2 people in love. So there's always romantic fire pits on every resort. And their entertainment during the day and at night is really great. They do try to make sure all the guests are entertained during the day and also at night. And then, of course, they have the Red Lane Spa, which I highly recommend it. So if you're thinking about Sandals is adult only and you have kids that you want to attend your wedding, what can you do? This is one option right here. Like Sandals Ochi in Jamaica. There's 3 resorts that are adult. There's 2 resorts say adult only: Sandals Ochi and Sandals Royal Plantation. Next to them is Beaches Ochi. So if you have family that had kids and they want to attend your wedding, Sandals will allow, because I had kids at my wedding and I was at an adult only resort. The kids can be booked at beaches. The family can be booked at beaches. And the day of the wedding, they can come over to Sandals Ochi, if that's where you're having it, or Sandals Royal Plantation, and participate in the wedding. If you're in Sandals Negril, there's Beaches Negril, which is a family resort. So if you want to get married at a Sandals Negril and you have family that have kids, they could stay at Beaches Negril and they can come over the day of the wedding to be part of the wedding party. So that just gives you an option. If you have guests with kids and you're thinking about doing a Sandals resort but not sure if they'll allow kids, they will allow kids. I would say you have to tell them up front, before you finalize anything, that you're going to have 1 or 2 kids staying either at your beaches, and see if they'll allow that. So that's something you really have to talk to Sandals about, to make sure before you sign anything that they will allow you to bring the kids on the property. So the next things we're going to talk about is decor items. And I bring this up because You know, a lot of people always say, I don't know what a Sandals wedding costs, what it's going to cost me per person. If you notice, there's nothing on here that says per person, because Sandals is already an all-inclusive resort, meaning that the food and wine, liquor is included. So for your wedding reception, you're not really paying for food and liquor again, because it's already included. It's unlike other resort that charge you, you know, they charge you a wedding package for 20 people, say $3,500 for 20 people, and each additional person is $100. It's not like that for a Sandals wedding. You know, if the guests are there, food and beverages are already included in the all-inclusive package. What you're really going to be spending your money on is the decor. What do you want to do to customize your wedding, to make your wedding you? So these are the things that is where it's going to cost you a little bit more to customize your wedding, to make your wedding. So this is pricing. So this is the important part. So I talked about the free bouquet that came with your wedding. If you don't want that, these are bouquets that are available, and they give you pricing. So this is a good way of trying to finalize your budget to know what it's going to cost you. All right, I want this touch of romance bouquets, $170 to $270. So I know my bouquet is going to cost me that. Do you want to do that, or you want to bring your own flowers, or make your own bouquet and bring it with you? I guess it wouldn't be fresh flowers, it would be fake flowers. One thing with Sandals, all their flowers are imported, so there's nothing coming really from Jamaica. They're coming from different countries around the world. So it's expensive to get certain flowers, or to get most flowers there on property. So when you look at the price, it looks like a lot, but remember, all these things for all the islands are being imported from different locations. So there is a cost to bringing in the flowers and having them look beautiful on the day of your wedding. So I'm just saying, there's like tons of bouquets to choose from with different price range. So this is where you can start, filling in the blank and saying, what is going to cost me? Boutonniere is about $25. So you can start filling the blank. If aisle decor. So if you want a certain aisle decor, this is what it would cost you. A solid runner, $90. If you want that aisle of oars, which I love, if you're doing a beachy wedding. And then these are different items you can add. So it's really up to you, but you can find the prices. These jars are just beautiful. $25. So you can really, this is where you're going to customize the stuff to what you like, to what your budget is. So as I said, you go through this, you click on the stuff you like. You could put them in a cart to say, this one I like, this one. So you know where your budget is. So those are aisle decor. Click on here, ceremony structure. So depending on what you want, if you want, that driftwood structure, you have to call, I don't know what, I guess each resort is different. There's no price there. But if you want this doorway to wedding bliss, it's $150. These white arches that we saw before, it's $475. So you kind of, if you're getting married on the beach, you're going to need some kind of structure for your, people think getting married on the beach is, you need some kind of structure to frame the bride and groom, so you have a focal point. So I would tell anyone that if you're getting married on the beach and there's no structure there, you need to put a structure there, because it's just to make your wedding much more beautiful, and also it just gives your eye someplace to focus. So that's ceremony structures, hanging decor, all that stuff is there. So this is where these are photography stuff. So really and truly, if you don't know where to start, this is a great place to start thinking about what you want for your wedding. What is your vision? What is it going to cost you to have that vision? So, you want live stream. If you want live stream your wedding, this is the cost for it. If you want videography, if you want drone footage, so everything you need here to kind of figure out how much you need for your wedding, it's here. Entertainment. If you want a two-piece band, it's $650, depending on how many hours it is. I like not the Mento band. I think the other band is on the so this is all ceremony items. So we can move on to reception items. And there's a category for reception item. Cakes, what kind of design cake do you want? These are all different designs. You can send them your picture, your inspiration, and they can make it happen for you. But this is what they have available, and this is the cost for the cake. So you already know my cake's gonna cost me this much. All these things that some people can't figure out because they don't want to. They only know the cost after they pick the place. But here you can kind of have a look-see at the cost, look at what you want. These are centerpieces. So depending on how much you want to spend, you want a little driftwood there with 2 candles, that's $35 on the table. So really, it's all about your budget. All the charger plates, charger plates are $5. So all depends on what color you want to do. My thing here is I always tell clients, you get the all white backdrop. I'm going to table decor. Where's table? Accent. Table linens. Yeah, like here. Overlay. So you start with a white table and you want to bring some color in there. If this is telling me that the overlay is only $4, then you can that's where you bring the color in. You can get a runner, or these don't cost a lot. So I'm saying, depending on where your budget is, you can actually just look and say, oh, I want that. And you can add that up, and that, this is what the table linens cost. So it's really up to you how you like bars. I like bars. Like if you want to get this beer canoe, which is kind of, I think it's nice where all the beers go in, or you want a mimosa bar, or you want martini bar, or you want a premium. If you want this theme, there's just so many things that you can think of or do to make especially on the beach. This rum bar is beautiful here for $100. And going to details, it says pricing based on 2 hours of service and price according to tiers. So I guess you have different tiers for what you want to have for your Appleton bar here. But this is a nice setup, especially on the beach. Just brings a little bit of the island in there. And, there's something you can add to your wedding that's, can be unique for you. So these are stuff that I was saying that you could definitely start pricing stuff out and just get an idea of what your wedding would cost. Last thing I was looking for, and I can't find it now, is all right, these are the current promotions that they have. I said they have the free wedding package when you say 3 nights or longer, and you know what that includes, and up to $1,000 off wedding decor if you book 10 rooms or more. They're giving you up to $1,000 towards the wedding decor. So that's that perk that they have in. And when you say 7 days or long, when you stay 7 nights or longer for your wedding, we talked about what additional perks were included in that. Free room for groups. We talk about the more people you bring, the more free rooms you get. And this is the next one, test drive your wedding. People always say, I don't know if it's going to be right for me, but this is opportunity for you to go to a Sandals resort for 3 nights. So it's $250 per night per couple. And this is where you're going to test drive your wedding moon. So if anyone's interested in actually going to a Sandals resort to meet with a wedding planner, see the different locations and venues, taste the food, look at the catering menu. This is like the best thing you can do, so you can know for sure if this is the right resort for you, or you can even sneak peek your wedding and honeymoon. So there's so much. So this is what you'll have if you test drive your wedding. You have your accommodations. And the thing I should say that all Sandals resort, they have free transportation. So you don't have to worry about transferring from any, when you get to the airport. Sandals all include transportation in their pricing. So you're going to meet with the wedding team, the photography team, take testing. You're going to look at the linens and sample them to see which one you like. You're going to eat at the restaurants. You're going to taste the wine, experience a nightly entertainment. So there is just so much you can do in those 3 days to make sure that that Sandals resort is the one for you. And as I said before, if anyone is really interested in having their wedding at Sandals, but they have questions, please reach out to me because, as I said, I had my wedding at Sandals, so I know the ins and outs of having your wedding there. And also I can help you with, if you look through the decor and understanding and deciphering what all this stuff means, because sometimes you look at it, you still don't understand what that information mean when you look at the website. So I can definitely help you if you're thinking about having your wedding at Sandals, but I'm not sure. Also, if you're thinking of having your honeymoons at Sandals, because Sandals have some of the best, I would say, room category that are so romantic and different from most resort. So they have all the overwater bungalows. They have it in St. Lucia and Jamaica. And they have all these swim out suites that are just a little bit different from regular swim out suites. So they have very romantic room. They have good butler service, because I go to some certain resorts and they say a butler service, but it's not true butler service. Like I want my butler to, check me in my room. They give you a cell phone. They make all the dinner reservation. They escort you to dinner. They save your space on the beach. They pack you, a cooler on the beach. They'll, bring you lunch wherever you want to go. They arrange bubble bath for me when I come back from a spa treatment. They make that's what my butler should be doing. Everything that I don't want to do when I'm on vacation is think. All I want to do is relax. So having that butler that takes care of all those things, especially being a woman, when you're home, you're cooking, you're cleaning. When I go on vacation, I don't want to think of anything like that. So for me, I always opt into a butler service because they're doing the work that I don't want to do. All I have to do is just get dressed and go to dinner. So that's all I need to think about. So as I said, that's all I have on Sandals Resort. So Sandals Resort is for adults and they have Beaches Resort for kids. The process is just about the same for each of them. So I just focus on Sandals only. But as I said, I was at Sandals South Coast, which is in Westmoreland, Jamaica. The only downside I think I have for that resort is only because it's like an hour, 20 minutes from the airport. Most of the other Sandals resort, like Sandals Montego Bay, they're like 20 minutes or 15 minutes from the airport. So that's the only thing. If you're picking that resort, once you get off the plane, it's another hour and 20 drive to get to the airport. So that's, to me, is the down part of that. Also, I'm going to be honest, the resort is not in a resort area. It's like the only resort out there. So if you're going on tours and activity, it might be harder to get to. Like if you want to go to Negril, you're an hour and change away. So if you're thinking of doing those things, it might just take a little bit longer, but it can be done. There's things to do near there. Like I went to White's Falls. There's an Appleton Rum Estate you can do a tour of. So there's things to do. But if you're there for your wedding and you're there for 4 or 5 days, you don't have time to do a lot of, excursion. You have enough time to be with your guests, have a good time, have your wedding, and enjoy the resort. There's so much to do on a resort that you really don't need to leave the property at all. So I'm going to end this live now. I think, this is the longest live I've done. You know what? It's 45 minutes of me talking about Sandals. But as I said, if you have any questions about Sandals, please leave me a note and I will be more than happy to answer them. And I hope I can get on my regular schedule and start doing more lives. So I'm hoping to come back on next Monday, talk about something different. But if you have any questions, any topic you want me to cover, please leave me a message because I'm just here to help you, plan your wedding. So anything you need or any information you want to get from me, please reach out to me. And if I can get it, I'm going to get it to you. Until next time, see you. Have a great day. Bye for now.